It is so because if it touches one axis, then at that point, quantity of the commodity which is kept on that axis would only be there and quantity of other commodity would be zero. Am I clear? Do you understand this point? Aryan, Himanshi?
Yes, sir.
But the combinations which are offered to a customer or consumer carry units of the two commodities. Note down this, guys. I hope you all have understood this, right? Let's say, guys, this is an indifference curve. Now it is touching y-axis here. On x-axis we have, on y-axis we have units of commodity A, and here let's say we have units of commodity B. So at the point where the indifference curve is touching y-axis, at that point we have some units of A but zero units of commodity B, right? On the other hand, if an indifference curve is like this, touching x-axis, at the point where it is touching x-axis, that is here, we have some units of commodity B but zero units of commodity A. If a consumer is offered two different combinations, two different baskets, out of which in one we have only units of commodity B but not A, another one we have units of both the commodities A and B, then obviously he will choose the second basket. But indifference curve is made with all those baskets across which the consumer is indifferent. He does not find any basket better than any other basket. And that is why no indifference curve touches any of the axes, guys. I hope you all have understood this. Yes or no? I'm asking, have you all understood this or not?
Yes, sir.
With this graph, guys, you have understood, I believe, right? Manvi, Aryan, Himanshi.
Yes, sir.
In an indifference map, no indifference curve intersect any other indifference curve, right? What is indifference map? That also, guys, I have explained you earlier. Here we have seen indifference map. So in an indifference map, that is a graph in which we have more than one indifference curve. No indifference curve intersect any other indifference curve. Now, why it is so? Let's understand this with this graph. Let's say this is one indifference curve. This is another indifference curve. Or, okay, one more indifference curve like this. It means they both have an intersection point here. You all can see the graph, right? Those who are online. I'm asking guys, you all can see the graph,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes,
I'm marking a line, a straight line that touches both indifference curve. This is IC1, that is indifference curve 1, and this is IC2. Now the line that I have marked, here we have two different points where the line touches the two indifference curve IC1 and IC2. I'm marking these points as point A and point B. And the intersection point of the two indifference curves I'm marking as C. So now we have on these two indifference curves, we have 3 points A, B, and C, right? I'm also marking a line like this, a straight line, perpendicular to x-axis. Another line perpendicular to x-axis from point B. These are some units. Let's say this is 10 units of commodity B, and this is, let's say, 20, right? Now listen to me carefully, guys. I am explaining you why two indifference curves cannot intersect in an indifference map. If they intersect, then we will have a common point on both the curves as I have made it here, that is point C. Yes or no? Okay. You know that every point of indifference curve gives the same amount of utility or satisfaction to the consumer. Correct or not? It means point B and point C. As far as satisfaction is concerned, point B and point C on IC2 are same. because they are giving the same amount of satisfaction to the consumer. Correct or not, guys? Manveer, Himanshi,
Yes, sir.
and the same way, point A and point C on IC1, they are also same because they are also giving the same amount of satisfaction to the consumer. That is why they are on IC1. So as far as consumers satisfaction, that is utility, is concerned, A is equal to C on IC1. Yes or no, guys? And B is equal to C on IC2. Now here we have common thing C. C is equal to A and C is equal to B. It means A must be equal to B because C is equal to B and C is equal to A. It means A and B both are equal as far as consumers satisfaction or utility is concerned from these points, right? However, it is not possible that points A and B produce same utility for the consumer. Why it is not possible? Because point B carries more units of commodity B than point A. On which point out of A and B we have more units of commodity B? On point number B or point number A? B. B carries 20 units of commodity B, whereas point A carries only 10 units of commodity B. And as far as units of commodity A are concerned, they both are same on point A and B. Correct or not? Let's say that is 50. Are you understanding this, guys, or not?
Yes, sir.
Because point B carries more units of commodity B than point A. Whereas both the points A and B carry same units of commodity A, that is 50. So point A and B that I have marked, they carry, each of them carry 50 units of commodity A. But out of these, point B carries more units of commodity B. For easy understanding, guys, I am making it X and Y so that you do not have any trouble while going through it. Units of X and units of Y. Himanshi, have you understood this or not?
Yes, understood.
Yes,
It means A and B can never be equal. And since A and B can never be equal, which implies that IC1 and IC2 can never have a common point. That is, no IC can intersect with any other IC on the same indifference map. Is it clear, guys, or not now? I'm asking is it clear? Manveer, Himanshi, Aryan.
Yes, sir.
So, guys, make this graph below the point. I think you people have not written this point yet. First, note down this point number 5, and below this, make that graph. And alongside the graph, you note down what I did. Have you noted down this point? Note down this much. Those who are online, guys. Then, guys, all. Tell me how many of you have watched movie Two States? I'm asking.
sir,
So,
I have watched.
others, what's about others? Like Mansha and Himanshi. Have you watched the movie Two States?
No,
No, sir.
sir.
Yes or no?
No.
Okay, Mansha, what's about you? Do you watch Hindi movies, Mansha?
Yes, sir.
Have you watched Two States?
No, sir.
Okay. In that movie, guys, in the initial part of that movie, a question is asked by a professor to Alia Bhatt from Indifference Curve. That short was of from I am Ahmedabad. The lead actor and actress of this movie, they both were studying in I am Ahmedabad, and a professor asked them a question of on indifference curve. Okay. It was just to make you understand, just to let you know about it. Anyways, to let you know that these things you will also be studying again while doing your management studies in case you go for it. So, guys, now make this graph and alongside you note down everything as I have done it here. Guys, wait a minute. One more thing that I want to ask you here. So, we have understood that point A and B here cannot be equal, right? So, out of point A and point B, which point will give more utility, more satisfaction to the consumer? Is it point A or point B? Himanshi and Manvi, Mansha joined little late. I don't know whether she's understanding this or not. So Himanshi and Manvi, which point out of A and B will give more satisfaction, more utility to the consumer? Point A or point B?
Sir, point A.
Himanshi,
Sir, point B.
why point B?
Uh, because it is increasing from 10 to 20.
Okay. Why Mahi point B? Manvi, why point A? Manvi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, why point A?
So, is it unit?
Well, certainly, guys, it is point B because point B carries more units of commodity Y. As far as commodity X is concerned, both the points A and B carry same units of commodity X, that is 50 units. What I'm trying to explain you is that consumers always get more utility from that basket which contains more units. Have you got this, Mai? Have you heard this? Right,
Yes,
Himanshi?
sir.
Himanshi, Mansha,
Yes,
have you
sir.
understood this? Since point
Yes,
B
sir.
carries more units of commodity Y and commodity X is there in both the baskets with the same quantity, that is 50 units. And that is why consumer will have more utility from point B than point A, right? Now this complete this guys all first. A budget set is a combination of two commodities, different combinations where each combination has different units of two commodities in such a way that each combination consumes whole budget of a consumer which he has for the two commodities. I repeat, a budget set has different combinations that is different baskets where each basket contains different units of the two commodities which a consumer wants to buy and for which he has a fixed budget. Now, the baskets are in such a way that each basket consumes or takes the whole budget of the consumer. Right? Let's first understand this with an example. Do not write this, guys. A consumer wishes to buy certain units of the two commodities A and B, where price of A is rupees 4 per unit and price of B is rupees 3 per unit. He has fixed budget of rupees 60 for the two commodities. The possible combinations of the two commodities which he can buy with his budget are 15 units of A, and we know that Each unit of A is of rupees 4, so 15 into 460, then that entire budget will go only to buy commodity A, right? Combination 2, 12 units of commodity A. So 12 into 4 is 48 and 4 into 3 is 12. 48 plus 12 is 60. This is combination 3, that is 9 and 8 units. So 9 into 4 is 36 and 8 into 3 is 24. 36 plus 24 is 60. Combination 4, 6 and 12. 6 units of commodity A, so 6 into 4 is 24 and 12 into 3 is 36. 24 plus 36 is again 60. Combination 5, 3 and 16. So 3 into 4 is 12 and 16 into 3 is 48. 12 plus 48 is 60. And this is the last combination, that is 0 units of A and 20 units of commodity B, where commodity B will take the entire budget of rupees 60. So the combinations that I have made here actually is a budget set. Have you understood? Himanshi, Mansha, I'm asking Himanshi, Mansha, Manvi, and Aryan, have you got this or
Yes, sir.
not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So a budget set is a, you can start noting it down, guys. A budget set is a combinations of two commodities where each combination carries different units of the two commodities in such a way that each combination takes or consumes entire budget of a consumer meant for the two commodities. Understand a budget set with an example.